Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. So first I want to say my hair looks crazy. I was going to try to make it all nice, but prior to today I was in a really good mood and trying to look good, and then today I heard some news. I wasn't really in the mood to try to get all cute anymore. So this is going to be a different pregnancy video. Yes, I'm going to still share the symptoms, all that with you, but I'm also going to incorporate my birthing plan as well, because I just received some news today that was a little bit disappointing, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried about it. So I'm going to stop stalling, get right into it. By the way, I am in Troy's bedroom, so we will be doing a nursery tour pretty soon. I just got to get a few more little things, and then I'll be good to go and done, and you guys can finally see the nursery. And then afterwards I'm going to do a house tour pretty soon as well. Okay, so 21 weeks, 4 days today. Like I said, prior to today, I've been super happy, excited, excuse me, and I've just been really enjoying pregnancy this week, to be quite honest. And I've been loving the fact that I've been growing, which is one of my symptoms that I've noticed this week. My belly is definitely noticeable, whereas previously nobody could really tell that I was pregnant unless, you know, you looked really close or I wore tight clothing. But now it's noticeable. Like, people ask me sometimes when I'm out, so I love it. I love showing, and my belly is finally getting bigger. She's actually moving a lot as well, and she's just, you guys, her kicks are getting stronger each and every day, and I love feeling her move. I'm feeling her move on a constant daily basis, 24/7. She's definitely a night child, like Troy. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but she's always up during the night just kicking and moving. And EJ finally felt her kick, because for the longest time I'd be like, EJ, feel her, and then he'd touch and she'd stop kicking. So same like Troy, but now he can feel her, see her, and it's amazing. It's such a beautiful thing, you guys. Another symptom that I've been going through, I've been really nauseous, and I mentioned it in a few videos, but she's a really picky eater, I guess, because a lot of things that I eat, like, I just feel so nauseous. I feel queasy. I actually ended up like almost throwing up a couple days ago. I made eggs and I just almost vomited after. So I noticed that I'm taking the little nausea pills that I was prescribed a little more often. I'm also always hot, which is a new symptom. I've been getting a little bit of hot flashes, which I heard is completely normal. I'm still having discharge, but now I'm starting to hope that it's not a yeast infection. I'll get to that a little later. But I am still experiencing the discharge, so that's nothing new. The heartburn that I was experiencing got a lot better, but to be quite honest, I kind of prefer heartburn over the nausea, because I hate being nauseous. And sometimes I'll randomly get nauseous. Like, it can be like 4 in the morning and I'll wake up to use the bathroom and I just don't feel well. So that's something that I've been experiencing. And then also, I kind of briefly touched on this in one of my pregnancy updates, but I've been having a really hard time going to sleep. Now, Troy has a really bad sleep schedule. He's all over the place. He's also teething, so he's really fussy. And it's hard to get him to bed, and it's hard for him to just naturally fall asleep. So aside from that too, it's just hard for me to sleep. And even though I'm so exhausted, no matter how tired I am, Troy could be sleeping, everybody could be sleeping, it's hard for me to take a nap, it's hard for me to sleep. It takes a really long time. So I've been having some sleep issues, and it's been really rough. I've been waking up exhausted every morning, and I feel like a walking zombie. Sometimes I kind of feel like a bad mom, because, you know, before I was on top of Troy every step of the way, and now he's just crawling and getting into everything. In my recent vlog, I think, or the one before that, he was under the desk. Like, it was crazy. I never used to like let him get to places like that, but because I'm so exhausted 24/7, it's hard to keep up, I'll admit. And also, you guys know I'm big on kids. I love kids. It's what I do best. You know, I babysat, you guys know already. And my main specialty is like special needs kids, behavioral issue kids. Like, I just love children, and no matter what issues that come out of it, I'm always patient. Now, like this week, I've noticed that I'm starting to lose patience, not necessarily only with Troy, but in general, I lose patience and I get annoyed easier. So my emotions are definitely, you know, starting to be noticeable. And then I've been emotional in general. I mentioned that too in my last video. But it's really good because now EJ, he's been really He's been amazing, you guys, because for the longest time, you know, EJ's schedule, he goes to work and then he goes to the studio, and I would tell him, you know, don't worry about taking care of the baby, go to sleep, you have to wake up at 6 for work in the morning. But now he helps me out at least 2 hours. That's all I need, because Troy, like I said, he's teething bad, and I don't lose patience for Troy until late at night. Like usually around 11-12 o'clock is when I start to get a little annoyed. And so that's when EJ usually comes home. He'll take over for about 2 hours. That's when I try to lay down and watch a YouTube video, take a shower. You will not believe, that 2 hours that I get every night, it's mind-blowing how amazing it can make me feel. So that's all that I've been going through, emotional wise and symptom wise. Now we're going to talk about today specifically. I was eating, Troy was eating, he was in his high chair, he started to fuss, so I picked him up, and as I was picking him up, I was experiencing heart palpitations, which is when your heart skips a beat. Now, this is nothing unusual for me. I've dealt with this a few times, not super often, but you know, I know what it is, and it doesn't scare me at all. And this time it lasted a little bit longer than usual, so I sat down, I put Troy down, and I started to feel, you know, myself having a hard time breathing, shortness of breath, and I immediately contacted my midwife. She's like, you know, this happens again, because at the time that I contacted her, everything already stopped. Now, this happened for about a good 3 minutes. She told me that if it happens again, go to the emergency room. She also told me that she will call a cardiologist for me to go to. And then also, this was the one that kind of worried me. I had my next appointment for June 9th, because I go every 4 weeks. She told me that tomorrow, she wanted me to call early in the morning to schedule an appointment for the following day, because she wants me to take the gestational diabetes test a little earlier, because she's thinking that's what I have. So I got really, really emotional when I read that, and I started to literally cry, you guys, bawl my eyes out. I don't even want to talk about it now because I'm starting to get a little teary-eyed about it. You guys know, for the most part, my experience with Troy, as far as giving birth, was very traumatic. It was unpleasant. I didn't like it at all. You know, I had the preeclampsia last minute, and then it was severe as well. And then I had to have the emergency C-section, loss of blood, the blood transfusion, and it was just a process that I didn't like. And then even after I gave birth, I had hypertension for about a good 2 to 3 months, and I was on heavy medication to keep my levels down, because they didn't want me having a stroke or a seizure or anything like that. So this time around, you know, in the beginning of my pregnancy, I never really spoke about it, but I was really, really, really worried. I just never brought it up because, you know, I didn't want to make it real. But that's why I've been working out. That's why I've been trying to eat better. Of course, I have my moments when I indulge in something unhealthy, but for the most part, I've done overall really well, especially compared to Troy. So I was you know, not expecting this at all. And you know what? I could very well not have gestational diabetes, but you just never know. You never know. And the fact that she thinks that I have it was enough for me to just panic. You know, I was very, very emotional about it. I don't want to go through anything again. I don't want to be high risk. I don't want to have to take insulin. You know, I don't want to have to go through that whole process again. Now, while I'm at it, let me just say this. Aisha and I spoke about having more kids, and we decided after I found out I was pregnant this time that we wanted to have one more in the future. We wanted to wait at least 2 to 3 years for the third one, so I was actually going to get on a birth control called, I think, Mirena. They have 2 different types. I wanted the one that allows you to have a period because I wanted to feel more natural, because it was more of a natural one, I guess. So I was going to get on that, and then for the third baby, we wanted to plan it out, and we wanted to, you know, move by then and have everything situated and ready to go for the third baby when that time comes, you know, because of course, with 2 close in age, I want them both to have as much as I can't talk. I want them to have as much attention from the both of us, and I feel like if I throw in a third one so close, you know, it'll take away the attention, and I don't want to do that. So that was our goal, that was our plan. And after hearing what my midwife said I can possibly have, oh, and also my birthing plan, I was gonna have a VBAC, which is why I was really working out and trying to eat better, because my midwife didn't want me to gain weight too fast. She wanted everything to be natural and healthy for me, just because I wanted it as well. So we wanted a VBAC, which is a vaginal after pregnancy. And the reason why I really, really wanted it is because not only do I want to experience labor and, you know, the feeling of having that baby come out of you and, you know, not being so high when it happens, I also didn't want to deal with the C-section aftermath, which is the healing process is super painful, and I don't want to have to go through the C-section healing with a baby that's just now learning how to walk, and then a newborn. You know, that's gonna be a little too much for me and a little hectic. So I really wanted the feedback, and if I ended up having gestational diabetes, then I have to have not an emergency C-section, but a scheduled C-section. So EJ and I came to the conclusion, we actually spoke about it a little bit briefly, but I told him that if I have to have a C-section because of having gestational diabetes, then I'm gonna go ahead and get my tubes tied. So that's the decision that I made. Reason being, first time preeclampsia, second time gestational diabetes. In my mind, my body's just not good with carrying kids. That's just what it is. And as much as I want 3 kids, I'll have to adopt if I really want the 3rd. That's just how I see it. You know, I'm not gonna keep putting my body at risk and keep going through things. You know, I want my kids to have mom. You know, I don't want to leave Earth because I keep going through these things, you know, and it's scary to think about, but it's true. It's reality, and people can die from childbirth. And I don't know. And you know, all day today, I've had a headache. My vision feels weird, and I don't know. It can just be a mental thing, but like I said, if I end up having gestational diabetes, this will be my last child, and I will have my tubes tied while the C-section is going on, because I don't want to keep going through this. I don't. And you know, it's emotional. I try not to think about it. I already cried about it. EJ really wants 4 kids. We decided to settle on 3 but you know, it sucks, but I just don't want to keep putting my body through it. You know, it's rough, and even though you're able to get pregnant doesn't mean you always should get pregnant. And that's the reality that I feel I'm in right now. That's like my situation. So wish me luck. I'm gonna call tomorrow for my appointment. When I do go and I take the gestational diabetes test, I'll definitely film everything for you guys. Keep me posted. This is something I definitely want to have to look back on, just to see my journey. But pray for me, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead, show you my belly, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I am feeling so hot right now. So this is my belly from the side, the front, and the other side. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I feel like I've grown so much. It's crazy. Oh, I love it so much, you guys. I love being pregnant. Okay guys, so that was my pregnancy update / birthing plan / after having a baby plan. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because it's really hot and I gotta get some cleaning done. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.